Karens like to prove to everyone that they are always right, but have you seen them facing the police? Those officers know how to serve them what they deserved. The video I'm going to start with today is a little bit funny, but not for as long as Karen and Kevin's took it. This police got himself in a serious position that he needed help from anyone. But these Karens weren't ready to help. This officer was trying to jump over the gate after chasing an offender, and unfortunately, his belt got hooked to the gate.
You look like you're going a bit red, mate.
Don't help him, don't help him, don't help him. No, don't, he's a police officer, don't help him.
I was surprised when Karen refused to help him out or allow someone else to do that. Is that funny to you at this moment?
No, don't.
Very funny.
Oh, come on, it's the police officer.
The main reason why they can't help him is because he is a police officer. Their Karen mentality shown as well. They didn't want others to help him either. Karen may likely have escaped here, but not in this video where Karen got stopped by the police while driving. As a normal human, you have to stop and wait for what the cops would say. But this Karen isn't ready for that. I bet stopping him means you've tampered with his rights.
Like, seriously, he's giving me a ticket for stunting because he heard me yelling at someone on my phone. And then I fingered him on the way out of there and told him to mind his business, and he's pulling me over for stunting again. I feel like driving away and starting a high-speed chase. This is over-policing.
Yes, sir. Just let me put you on hold for 1 second.
Now, this guy.
A cop is so concerned about Karen's well-being, but he returns it with an insult. Meanwhile, the police didn't let him go, so Karen made the call to the officer's boss, determined to humiliate him.
There, I'm on the phone with your boss, you try and bully me, you piece of
This Karen has winded up his window when calling, and the cop came back to knock on the window.
I'm waiting for your boss to call me. Get in your car.
While he tried to ignore him, this cop meant to have it with him as he kept knocking.
You're a little. Give me my ticket and go yourself. Go you. Off you. You're a clown.
Karen thought he had escaped when he snapped his ticket and sideswiped the police officer, but that was far from over. By the time they got hold of him, Karen couldn't make mouth again. I was like, you ought to continue your curse words.
What are you doing? He didn't do anything. Send more people, please. There's another officer here, but he just told me to shut up. Please help. They're beating him up. Please don't hang up. I'm scared.
Okay.
The lady on the passenger side wasn't touched at all since she wasn't the one who committed a crime. When the lady demanded the reason why Karen was arrested, she heard his offense. This guy didn't commit this before, but his over-policing policy landed him where he didn't like.
Excuse me, can you please explain what's gonna happen here?
He's under arrest and he's going to be held for a bail hearing. So he'll be under arrest until he speaks to a judge, and then he'll be released. You can't drive your vehicle into a police officer.
He didn't. He was
did.
pulling
I was standing
away.
right here and he pulled into the side. He sideswiped me. It's the same as any other motor vehicle collision, except for that it was with a person. He did it intentionally.
While Karen waited for a judge's hearing before he could be released, the lady was the one who drove the car back home.
Can I please take this vehicle home?
You can't drive with the window like that, so you might want to pull the rest of it out. I'm not helping you.
Karen got a free ride, but not to his home. He got what he deserved for his sharp tongue. Up next is this female Karen at Walgreens, who thinks her opinion on others is final, and she can comment on anyone the way she likes. That isn't how things work. I won't allow that either.
Pull that up. Pull that up, honey. Want me to spit on you again?
You need a mask, ma'am.
Want me to spit on you, ugly?
Swear to you, if you do that again, I'm gonna hit you.
Ugly.
Swear to you, I'm gonna hit you.
Why do you wear clothes like that? God, you're ugly. No wonder people hate you.
They do hate us. I know.
Israelis rule.
I know they
Israelis rule.
A woman at the mall tried to caution her, but she didn't yield at all.
Leave them alone. They're humans.
No, they're not.
Okay.
No, we're not.
After abusing those guys for being Muslim, she went on to call the cops that they were abusing her. I now know another thing about these Karens. They are hypocrites.
Hi, I'm at Walgreens. These guys are calling me.
Yeah, we're calling them.
They're here in
Yeah,
our
that's right.
country.
Yeah.
Listen, this
Move
guy
back.
is threatening me.
Move
This
back.
guy is threatening me.
By the time the cops arrive, the tide turns against her, and by that time, she isn't able to exercise that right Karen feels they have. She ended up begging, but would you accept that? I can't.
Please don't do this.
When she sees her pleas won't make the cops move an inch, she boasts about her attorney, which can't have any influence on them either.
I'll get a good attorney.
God bless you.
Yep, God bless me, God, because I'm a Christian.
Christians don't talk like you.
I'm not a racist. I have friends that are Muslim, okay? I have friends that are Muslim.
Karen is trying to start another religious tussle, but this police knows how to tackle that well. She's nothing but a racist.
Oh, that hurts. You're hurting my hand.
Well, they're handcuffs. They're not for comfort.
What would you expect from getting handcuffed? Being comfortable? Karen even feels entitled while getting arrested. The victims later decided not to behave the way Karen did, so they forgave her. But I love how the cops commented on the forgiveness.
God bless you.
Yeah, God bless them. Because if it was up to me, you'd be going to jail.
Come on, officer, please.
But they decided, as the victim, that you were not going to jail.
Oh,
I suggest you watch your mouth.
Karen does think they were above the law, but that's a blatant lie. What this Karen got from the police was more than what they could bargain for. She thought the cop was just boasting. This man let her know he was legally allowed to, but she didn't heed. Talk about Karen being very stubborn.
So I just got off work.
Ma'am, I'm going to ask you very nicely to step out of the vehicle, please. Okay, I'm going to break your window and drag you out of the car. I'm legally allowed to do that, ma'am.
For what?
I'm asking you to step out of the car.
I live 3 streets down.
Okay, let me get your driver's license proof of insurance. I need your driver's license proof of insurance, ma'am.
Okay, produce your driver's license and proof of insurance, but Karen isn't ready for that. So the cop rang the warning again.
I'm going to break your window, and I'm going to pull you out of the vehicle, and I don't want to do that. And then you'll be under arrest, and you will go to county jail.
What is so difficult about rolling the window down, or even opening the car door entirely? I think it's difficult for Karen until the cop puts her under arrest.
You are under arrest for obstruction of justice. Open the door. Roll the window down. This is not your traffic stop. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to break your window.
Karen thought she was at a traffic stop. She'll discover that fully in jail. Don't text while driving. That's the right thing, and what this Karen did wrong. She was so buried deep in her conversation over the phone that she didn't notice the cop approach her.
I'm watching you drive all the way up the street with your head buried in the phone. All the way up the street.
No, it was not.
These guys always think they are right. And another fact here that I noticed, they are liars as well. She thought she could go away just by denying it. But this police knows his job well.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and pull you over. I have it on my camera. I have everything. And, I mean, and don't tell me you're on directions.
She got caught in real time, but Karens always have something up their sleeves.
No, I'm not. I'm directions in my damn neighborhood. Do you really have nothing else better to do?
You're gonna get pulled over. You're gonna pull over into the BP lot. Pull up next to the behind that. Yes, ma'am.
Nothing else to do in your damn day, do you?
She thought her talks would deter the police, but he's the type that's always prepared. I love how he replied.
I don't want to be by you, ma'am. Pull over into the BP lot. She called me a douchebag.
What she had to do was just sit in her car while the cops had the necessary conversations with her, but Karen still had something to say about that as well. I'm fed up with these guys. Whenever they were told to get out of the car, they would refuse. And if they were asked to stay in the car, they would go against it as well.
I've asked you to stay in your seat. Can you please close?
Excuse me, is this part of the law, a part of getting pulled over?
I'll tell you what.
Is it? I'm just asking because you're being pretty forceful about it, and I would like to know the truth. Is that a law?
This cop isn't even concerned about that. He just went straight to asking for the necessary documents.
There's your driver's license,
Can you answer that for me, Officer Connor?
What you're being cited for is texting while driving today, ma'am. I'm going to give you a copy of the law today.
You're not going to answer my question about the law.
He completed what he had to say before asking Karen's question again, and that's because this woman can't stop mentioning it.
What is your question again?
Is this illegal to have my door open?
It depends on my feeling of safety, and you've been very aggressive for absolutely no reason.
Come on, bro.
You have
pulled me over for
I'm
voice
not your
to
bro.
text.
I'm not your bro either. A Karen isn't fit to be my sister. Love how this cop keeps putting Karen in her place. She's pulled over for over 10 minutes. But it was after all these conversations that she remembered she was using voice notes and not texting. And she expects the police to believe that?
While
You're
being
making an
cited.
assumption that I was texting when I'm using voice to
Well,
talk.
man,
Well, the cop didn't argue with her on that. And with other lies of her. He just gave her a court notice to pay her fines at the court or pay for it downtown.
you can go to court on the
Oh, you get to see me
19th,
again, yes.
9
you do.
o'clock in the morning,
Yeah,
and
are
I
you
would
gonna
love
be
to
there?
play this for the judge. This would be absolutely outstanding. This would be entertaining for the judge.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Your second option, you can actually pay for it in person downtown.
This Karen tries to provoke this cop, but the man is very mature, and he knows how to respond to every action of that Karen.
Butterfingers. Making us all unsafe on the road.
I'll tell you what, you know what?
Are you going to stop the traffic?
I'm going to go ahead and give you a copy of the law today. I don't even need you to sign this. I'll go ahead and say unwilling.
No, don't do that in my car, please. Excuse me, that's my property.
We all know it's your property, and you aren't pained by that, but by the fact that you were completely outclassed. Karen was blocking traffic, but he wasn't ready to accept his mistake, despite being informed.
Let's start. Your name and badge number, please?
Yes, Officer Baca, New Mexico State Police.
Officer what?
Officer Baca.
Babka, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so the reason for the stop is you were impeding traffic, so you were cruising in the left lane. The left lane is for passing only, and you were swerving a little bit as well.
This cop calmly highlighted his mistake, but Karen showed his behavior when he responded.
Well, I appreciate you bringing this to my attention, ma'am, but as you know, the speed limit is 75, and I have the cruise for the last 200 miles on 75.
Yeah, no, you were not speeding, but you were in the left lane. The left lane is for passing only. It's not for cruising. If you wanted to maintain your speed of 75, you can stay in the right lane.
Do you expect this guy to understand? Another quick fact. I think Karens are dumb as well. If not, they ought to acknowledge their mistakes.
What you're suspecting me of?
Impeding traffic.
No, ma'am, I was not impeding traffic. I was on the speed limit.
This cop now tries to explain as if she's talking to an elementary school kid.
Okay, the left lane is for passing vehicles only. It is not for cruising.
There's no sign says the left lane for passing only.
And that was when he understood it. But look at his reply. Karen would always protest. The next Karen in this video tries to teach the cops about the law, but in the end, she gets what she deserves.
And why is it your business?
Because we have to identify you. If I can't identify you, I'm taking you to jail.
As Karen would do, she questioned the officer about why she had to prove herself, thereby lecturing them about the law.
Making the situation worse. No, you are! By not following the law. First of all, I don't have to identify myself. Yes, you do. Actually, I don't. It's called common law. You should read up on it. I do not. Okay?
That female cop snapped that from her indeed, but this Karen is far from over.
So we both know that I don't. I am a woman of God. This is my right as much as it is yours. This is my land as much as it is yours. I did not sign up for this. I am a Christian woman of God, and you are not going to put your disgusting rules on me that are false and not true. I will not have it.
I think she sensed the law stunt wouldn't work. That's why she jumped on the woman of God stunt. Karen, God even made rules for us to abide by.
Do you understand that? I will not have it. I'm sick of being bullied. I'm sick of being lied to, and it's not going to happen anymore. Do you understand?
I think she doesn't want to have it the easy way. The cops showed her the hard way, and she was arrested and had to pay $500 before she got released. I'm sure she would have learned her lesson by now. Up here is a Karen who got into trouble with the cops because of her son. Talk about being a good mother. You must be mature enough as well.
Registration, and then my mom has my actual insurance card. This is a temporary one. I think she's on her way here. Okay.
Karen's son got into an accident, and on getting to the spot, they discovered she was drunk while she drove to the accident spot.
Did you drive here?
I drove here.
How much have you had to drink tonight?
Not much. I was at home and then my son called me, so.
Although Karen said she didn't drink much, believing her would be the last thing to do. So the cops had to run some tests.
Yeah, well, what we're going to do since you drove here, we're going to do some tests to make sure you're all right to be driving.
I'm fine. I'm a justice of the peace. I'm an elected official. Please.
Well, you can either call
What was I supposed to do?
No matter the position you are in, the test must be held.
Step on that line and face me.
Face you?
Yeah, face me.
Face you?
Yeah, face me. No, face my direction.
Oh,
There you go. Like I said, he
I'm
could...
an elected official.
She even had a hard time understanding what the cops said, and she wasn't drunk. I bet you don't believe her at first. Seeing the direction this matter is going, Karen showed her behavior.
You're being a jerk.
No,
I'm going to
if you're
talk
in
to
an
Judge Woods. I refuse.
Put your hands on your back.
You are a bad person.
She hasn't finished yet. Karen always has a lot to say.
You're a bad person.
Listen to me.
A good person would have let me go home with my dad or my brother because I went to my son's wreck.
Does being a bad or good person have to tamper with the law? That's how Karen thinks. I don't know why she can't face the consequence, which is suspending her driver's license for a while. But looking at it, this Karen is still okay than the next one I'm going to show you. It had to do with her kid as well, when her daughter was pulled over for having an illegal tent in her car.
Is there a reason they were pulled over?
The driver has all the information. He'll tell you.
No. I need to know.
No, you don't need to know.
Okay?
We're not involved here. You're picking them
No,
up.
I'm involved.
Karen tried to establish her authority, but the police let her know her place very quickly. Karen seemed to get angry with being put out like that. She quickly let the cops know she was a commissioner. I don't know who asked that from her.
Why were they pulled over, first of all? Now, don't call me Miss. I'm Commissioner. Thank you.
Not only that, she kept ranting about her connections in high positions.
I will be talking to the chief of police, and I will be speaking to the mayor.
Throughout all these, the cop remains calm, letting her think she's got over him. But the way he replied was shocking.
Are you finished, ma'am?
I'm shocked. I'm shocked and very disappointed. Thank you for your help.
You may take them now.
The police shouldn't have mentioned her daughter because that got Karen furious, and she went on to rant about her child's achievement. Another fact I learned about Karens, they boast a lot.
You may not tell me when to take my child. You may shut up and not tell me when I may take my kids and her friends who are PhD students from MIT and Yale. You may tell me nothing.
She thought she'd win these cops, but she was the loser. That became evident when the dash cam footage was released. She was pressured to resign. I guess she didn't see this coming. Eventually, she got what she deserves. Karens may like to play smart, but unfortunately they had to learn the hard way.